production is part of the GameFire Network. Netcast for gamers, by gamers. Welcome to GameFire. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of Tales of Heroes, right here on the GameFire Network, www.gamefire.com. Come join us, why don't you? Send us your feedback, questions, and comments about the show to talesof@gamefire.com. As always, this is your Company of Heroes video replay review for the week. We have one on the traditional Semois, old favorite, like DM Sacred and Painkiller. And if you know what that is, you're really an awesome TSN fanboy. Awesome. Okay, so we are here on Semois, and we have a viewer submitted number 7, I believe we will call this show, Sock versus Randazzo, which was submitted on our forums, and you can submit yours too at www.gamefire.com. Find it in the Tales of Heroes subforum. So let me introduce myself and my guest co-hosts here today. I am Adam Bridger-Russo for the GameFire Network, and with me, as always, is my co-host Vittensby. Welcome to the program.
I thought you were going to call me the guest co-host. Wow, went back down memory lane to the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
but,
well.
Go back to my traditional line. It is always good to be here. Very happy to have Rogers on the show to shoutcast this match with myself and Bridger. Should be a good one. It's going to be a long one. There's going to be a lot of blood. There's going to be a lot of tanks. There's going to be a lot of flame. There's going to be a lot of rain.
Yes, a lot of rain.
Thank you, God, for my talent right there with my rhymes. But Roger, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot, guys. The audio show was a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this game. As you mentioned before, this game has a lot of what people love to see in Company of Heroes, a lot of carnage, destruction, and unfortunately, rain. So, we'll get into this as soon as you guys are ready. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks
Putting
again
a rain on my parade already, I tell you what. That was terrible. So, we were talking a little bit before the show about the rain and how there's a petition to get it out of auto match because it hurts a lot of people's performance when they're playing. We'll see if it goes anywhere. If you want to post about it, go to gamereplays.org. There's a petition there. Or if you've got your own thoughts and you feel like you want to share them, start a blog at gamefire.com or post on gamefire.com. I'm not shilling for anybody. All right, we are at the 5-second mark, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. Now, to point out.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say.
While this game starts.
Go ahead.
We'll just do another quick music trivia. Sorry, Bridger, for the miscommunication. The band name starts with an S. The first word ends with an N, and the second word starts with a P and ends with an S. And the album starts with a C and ends with an S, so it's one word. If you can guess that, I don't think you can on this one. But they're a new band, so to speak.
Oh man, they're a new band.
Newer band. They had an album or two maybe even beforehand, but they just got pretty big. I would hate to say one of their singles' names, but if no one gets it, then. I'd be pretty surprised if someone got this, but they're very good. They're up and coming, and they've been on all over the radio recently with 2 big hits out here on the local stations in LA. Typical capping order for the Allied player, unconventional capping order for the Axis player. Seems like he might be a little thrown off. Not entirely sure, but we'll see how he wants to link this up.
Yeah, interesting. I wanted to point out that we were talking also before the show about the fact that we've got Americans versus Wehrmacht, which means that we're going to have probably a more balanced game than otherwise might be the case. I think people are still talking, at least the way I understand it, is that Wehrmacht and Americans, when playing against each other, it's still pretty balanced. You've got pretty decent balance. There's no major overpowered units between those two factions, and there's some underpowered units and some underpowered abilities, but I think it's still a more interesting game than when you throw the Panzer Elite and the British are in there, because obviously the Panzer Elite have a lot of wrong with them, and the British, especially in the game that we saw yesterday with the artillery craziness between the British and the Americans last week, still have some things to be worked out too. So let's take a look at the way the map is spreading out early in the game. Again, Semois was changed. The fuel points are now on the island and over by the house here in the middle of the map, and the plus 16 munitions have been moved to the edges of the map, which may change the dynamic between these two factions as well. A quick push by the Americans to harass down on the Axis side.
It's an interesting choice. Go ahead, Rogers.
This is just I'm just wondering what kind of maybe what level players these guys are, because I've noticed one fairly big mistake on this map. I mean, they've ignored the plus 10 munitions on their respective sides, and I think that's just that's kind of sloppy. And the German player, I think he's trying to play catch up right now, because I think he realized that he missed that strat point. Maybe he was going to go for it with his Volks, but he ended up not doing that. So I'm really not sure what the Wehrmacht player is going to try to do. Looks like he's going to try to lock down the middle right now, but he's got a huge problem in terms of his fuel and his munitions on his side of the river right now. Great harassment by the Americans.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that because it's a user-submitted submission, we can't guarantee that these guys are going to be like the gods of micro that we saw last week that did very well. So as much as this game is going to be enjoyment in watching, unconventional, weird strategies that, because they're new, they don't know it doesn't work, for example. So we get some entertainment factor out of fresh and new things, new ideas. As well as pointing out the strategic errors that some of the players make so that the people watching don't make them. One of them, I believe, you were talking about the strat point not linking fast enough. Another one about the plus 10 next to the bases not being capped early enough. I think it's okay in some cases to forego that plus 10 munitions point there if you're going to spend the units that aren't capping it to secure the center. If you want your entire army fighting in the center to make sure that you secure it, and you can get a machine gun in the right building to help make sure that you are going to be able to hold on to it and push forward from the middle, that's an okay situation. Then you come back and cap it later, because you can always cap that plus 10. Capping the middle is very difficult.
Oh, the American player just OP'd the German player's fuel. Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh, man. That's bad.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going to see a fast quad or something, maybe.
Insult.
Yeah.
That is.
The ultimate
that's
insult in Samoa is getting your own fuel. I've done that countless times, as I'm sure everyone has. I mean, the only real mistake that I've seen so far is, and it might not even really be a mistake, maybe it's just a play style that's really been around for a while as a mainstay, and that's the 1 start.
Yeah.
I just don't find it very useful to get an extra engineer anymore, especially when you're going up against Panzer Elite. That's just like an I lose button right there. I really just don't like getting an extra engineer. It's pretty much dead weight now that you're not teching up 10 minutes into the game to go to tier 4. The capping power is kind of, God, I hope he doesn't lose that squad of rifles. But the capping power is nice, but it doesn't equate having that extra squad to flank that MG to throw that early nade. Perhaps it works better to his advantage because now he's switching to a weapon support center pretty early on. I guess he doesn't feel confident enough in his rifle spam to deal with the machine guns that are around. So that could be a potential reason why, and I can understand that. If you do the switch up this early on, I guess it would mean that you're probably going to try to play a little bit more defensively. Tactically, I think that the Axis player right now should really be. I mean, he's got 2 machine guns. He's got a solid lock on the center. I really think he should decap that strat point on the bridge. There's just, I mean, it's just ludicrous not to do that. But
that would cut off the allied player from a majority of their resources. It looks like.
Exactly. Yeah. Ever since I think 1.6, I've favored. Personally, just capping the munitions, that munitions point that's being capped right now, I just favor capping it early, very early on, and not even worrying too much about the center. Now that opposing fronts has come out, I mean, there's no real reason to rush for the plus 5s because it's so much easier to cut someone off from the munitions on one side or the other because it's not directly linked to their territory. It's just a strat point. So definitely want to get that munitions early on. I think that's what Rogers was kind of hinting at earlier.
Yeah, I
It's
can
really
definitely
interesting.
I can definitely
Go
see
ahead, Bridger.
the importance of getting the resources early, and I don't think the center is important for its resources necessarily. I mean, it's got a victory point, which makes it important to some senses. But you control the center, and if you have the ability to create machine guns, if you're Wehrmacht or if you're American with a weapon support center, then you can effectively lock down one exit of the opponent's base. Of
Oh
course,
no.
very dependent upon your enemy's side and choice. Very costly capture of that strategic point, but it did lock off the American player from the majority of their resources.
Volk's squad was
Yeah.
annihilated on the German side of the river by the Munis. And he was trying to do something clever. He was going to go, because he realized that he couldn't kill the OP fast enough with Volks. So what he was going to do is he was going to go down to decap that Munis. Then at least his opponent wouldn't have had the OP'd fuel coming in. Then his Flamer, NGs, or Pyos would take care of it. But it just kind of backfired on him. And another thing I'm kind of surprised on is, instead of building the supply depot, because he had both the fuels, he built the weapon support center. I'm really surprised about that. He could have gotten really early motor pool units out in the field right now,
Yeah,
but he forewent that.
Well,
like
that
that. I
fits
like
into
that.
the logical conclusion of, and when I say logical, I really mean logical, not the irrational stuff that's been floating around in that thread for 13 pages now.
Oh dear.
Maybe it's more of a, I don't think it's a personal opinion. I think it's just kind of fact, especially after the emails that you were receiving, Bridger. But Trex, why would you want to risk it, especially when he's going to go tier 2 or blitz to counter that motor pool, and it's Samoa. It's not too that easy with motor pool. So I don't know about the fast motor pool. But I definitely know that Shreks are a huge deterrent from doing that nowadays, and also getting quick Sherman. But in this case, yeah, I think he was being a little too cautious. Certainly, hopefully it's not gonna last for too long, and he'll tech up. But yeah, there's the tank depot
And
going.
we've got Raid on the field with the Jeep capping the strap point at the top, or the victory point at the top there. Interestingly, both players went with getting an early mortar, and I wish the mortar was a little bit more useful early in the infantry game, but it tends not to be very useful in a 1v1, at least from what I've seen, just because people are so much better at flanking and getting in there and throwing a grenade or whatnot. There's very few situations where you can use a mortar effectively. I think Simois is one of them. And putting it right where the German player has put it, inside of that graveyard, is one of my favorite places to put it, because it allows you to shoot over this hedge at enemies that are decapping that strat point, for example, like they just were, and against enemies that are preparing for an assault. If you have another unit that spots the enemy, or as they're charging up this lane here, it allows you to get a lot of damage done, especially if you have machine guns covering it from the buildings. Putting it, whether if it's in the graveyard or back here behind this other wall, allows you to do a lot of damage to units that get suppressed as they enter the middle of the urban center there. And by urban center, I mean village. So the German player's just getting his fuel back now for the first time 10 minutes into the game. That's pretty devastating.
Yeah, that's what, over 100 fuel that's lost. Not to mention the amount of fuel that his opponents got, and it's kind of disappointing. Some of the tech choices. I think this game was already over a long time ago, but comebacks are nice, and
And it
we'll
does
see
last an
how
hour, so there must be something going on.
yeah, we'll see
We'll
how
have to
his
see.
tank micro ends up being.
We
I think
do.
that's going to be the defining factor.
We do have a Panzerschreck on the Grenadier squad back at the base there, to make sure that any armor is not going to go unopposed. And we do have, as you said, a tank depot here. How much fuel does he have now? What is he saving up for?
He has 50 fuel. Yeah, he should have he's probably saving up for a Sherman or a Croc. I think at this point, I just don't really have faith in Crocs. In my opinion, every time I build a Croc, it's always like, great. He's got a Stug out, great. He's got 100 Panzer Shreks, because I had to wait that extra 2 minutes for the fuel on Samoa, So, but I think he's probably going to go for a Croc, just knowing the way that he's been playing, which is kind of a little oddish. I think the Axis player could definitely be more aggressive. I mean, he's kind of hoarding his stuff. Like, I'm holding on to Oh wait, what am I holding on to? Nothing. A +5 munitions point and a VP, but there's no harassment going on. So I definitely think, microing his squads a little bit more rather than kind of doing the clump and move that's going on right now is would be beneficial to him. Try to practice that. Maybe use control groups if he doesn't use it, but we'll see. And retreat his squads faster. I've seen him lose tons of squads.
I noticed
to
that both players have a problem with their keeping their attention span in the right place, and this is something that I have had to struggle with as well. Is trying to remember where all my units are at any given time, and specifically, what helps a lot is listening to the sound cues. Usually, when a unit first comes under attack, there's a distinctive sound cue where they go, "We've run into Jerry's," or whatever. So if you listen for those, and you'll see, of course, the things slide along the side as well. You can hear them while we're playing, probably. But if you keep your sound turned up so that you make sure you hear those specific sound cues, you can then know to look on the map for your unit that's making that sound. If it sounds like the guy from the M10, you know where to look. If it sounds like a rifle squad, you know where to look. If it sounds like an engineer squad, you know where to look. So keeping an eye on every battle, because there's been a lot of situations where units have been standing around doing nothing, or they have been, being shot at and the person is not noticed, and so they're just sitting in the open, or a machine gun is not being retreated, what have you. So there's been a number of situations where that has happened. So that's just something that these players can work on. And like I said, it's a problem that I have as well. There's a number of times where I'll notice, oh my god, I've had fully healed rifle squads sitting in my base for like 2 minutes because I keep forgetting to bring them to the front after they've reinforced.
Yeah. Speaking of retreats, that retreat in the rifle squad that was in the center was really hasty. I mean, it's in heavy cover. It's not going to get suppressed immediately. I really think he could have made it around the hedge, or at least waited to get suppressed. So that's something you guys should keep in. I know a lot of you know this. Obviously, some people don't, especially the new players to opposing fronts. But when you're in heavy cover, it takes forever for your riflemen to get suppressed by MG42s. And we had about 1,000 manpower floating over here, which is 4 minutes worth of manpower, and 14 minutes into the game. Never have that much manpower floating. I don't care what you're saving up for. This isn't like CNC where you're trying to maximize your economy somehow and then just bust out with like 10 squads at once or something. So yeah,
Right.
too much manpower being floated. Also, getting a sniper would really help, especially now that you see tier 2.
One last
and
point.
The fact that you saw a lot of MGs. Go ahead.
He's harassing in the north there, and he had both of his squads visible to the enemy player. At least it looked like they were both visible to the enemy player. Sometimes it's nice to set up a trap, for example. You go to harass with a pioneer squad, and you decap it, and you keep other units out of the line of sight of that control point. For example, you put a machine gun underneath this tree right here, and you path it in such a way that it never goes near the control point. Then you start decapping with a Pio squad. Well, maybe he sends a rifle squad. Oh, I'll just send a rifle squad to deal with that pioneer. And then he runs over there, gets suppressed by the machine gun, has to retreat, and oh my lord. What exploded on the right there? I just see huge amounts of fire.
I would beg to speculate that there's a bug right now, and that whole change, that patch change, is actually some kind of bug, because you can see, I mean, 3 of those guys, there was 3 explosions there, and there was 1 guy left, and remember, they exploded, right? And
Right.
in the old days, exploded, and then you could never build it again.
Right.
Well, maybe they fixed that, but now the guy still has the flamer on him, so I think that was more of a bug fix than a balance or gameplay tool. I would speculate. Lack of a pack right now is really going to hurt. But then again, the sack is not nutsack is not exactly that aggressive, it seems, once a couple MGs get on the field, and definitely needs to practice, taking out those MGs, because they're really not that hard to deal with.
Yeah, this one is going to be a little hard to deal with just infantry, because it's blocking a very narrow corridor that's going to be able to pin units. But again, this is a situation where he's too concentrated on what he's doing elsewhere, and it took him a good long time to retreat his guys. It probably should have been done a little bit faster. We have more harassment going on in the south, taking the fuel yet again.
I'm not sure if I saw it, but I haven't seen any suppression fire. And in that situation down there, it would have been nice to use suppression fire, especially considering, the guy has 247 munitions. I'm also curious as to why he went down right side to get raid when he already had like 100% map control practically, and now switch to the left to get fast deployment, which I can kind of understand, but then get field repairs, I don't know. It's kind of like with armor, just lost a squad on the bridge, but with armor, it's like pick a side. Pick a side, honestly. It's a no-brainer. Just pick a side. Don't go 2 points down the right, especially against, I can see this, my predictability is that there's going to be a terror, King Tiger come out and throw this one in a loophole. What do you think, Raj?
Well, since we got defensive, there can't be a tiger.
Guys, I'm sorry, but I've been having trouble with my computer. Like, the game just crashed, and now I can't get back into it, so I got to do a quick restart, okay? I'll be right back, all right?
All right, so we'll get Roger,
Right.
and we'll pause it when he gets back, and we'll let him catch
Okay, I'll
up.
be back in a sec.
All right, so...
We're going to pause it now, or...?
Yeah, we'll pause it now. 3, 2, 1, pause. Okay, I'm at 1749?
Yep.
All right, so we'll wait until Rogers gets back, and for that, we're going to cut the recording right here. And we're back! All right, so we're going to unpause it at 1749 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. We've got a major push here. Crocodile and 2 rifles, plus an engineer squad with flamers on the right.
Oh no, engineer
Really
squad
reman
went
that
down.
MG.
Oh boy.
Should really reman that MG right now and throw it into that building. Mortar down, lots of.
Yeah.
He's too afraid of that machine gun. He really is. And,
Jeep's gonna
let's
die
see what
too
he
in the
does
north.
with the Croc.
Oh boy.
Yeah, too
well,
bad.
it might get away actually.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the Croc. Oh boy.
Now, it takes a notoriously long time to kill anything in this building, so even the Croc's going to take a little bit to take out the machine gun, I think.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
And it's about to go now.
Yeah, he really
One
needs
more.
to reman that MG. If he would have had it in that building. There he goes. Come on. There he goes. Nice job.
We're losing territory.
Alright, we got a Shrek, one shot to the rear.
And he got the MG out. Oh boy.
Yeah, I got a feeling
Yeah,
this
there it is.
Croc's gonna die.
We've got another
I don't
Shrek
know.
coming up from the main base.
Oh yeah, okay. I think it's gonna get out of there before. Unless he pops it in the church. I think this Gren squad's probably gonna die here. Yeah,
There's
it's gonna
number
die.
3.
It is in heavy cover,
Yeah.
but that just makes it
And
more
it's
susceptible.
MG firing at it now. Oh boy, Gren squad
The
down.
unit has died with glory.
And a Shrek
Any
drop,
population's
too.
gone. Yep,
And he's
that's
got his
bad.
other Shreks just
That's
sitting back here. He never got a chance to get in there and try and
boy.
flank it.
Well, that's because, he can only control one thing at a time. It's pretty obvious to
Yeah.
me he can't deal with it, and I really would recommend trying to use control groups. And if he's using control groups, then don't use control groups.
I hear you.
Yeah, I
No,
really
that's a
doubt
good
that
point.
you can control.
Control groups do help me out a lot. Another thing that does, even if you put like all your rifle squads in one control group, you just
this is
remember
just-
Oh no.
that's
that was
bad
MG was
news.
walking right into a firing squad, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a lot of Shreks. I mean, you can see on the right-hand side.
It's inside of a burning building too.
Americans
Yeah.
are seizing territory.
And he's got another Shrek. And this is kind of what we're talking about, By the time, he rolled out with his first tank, albeit kind of late, for the amount of fuel he had, I mean, there's already,
Yeah.
what,
Uh-oh.
Croc's gonna
3, 4,
die.
5
Oh no.
5
That was
Shreks
really.
on the field.
That was a bad move.
Wow, we got it out of there just in time before. I don't know why the second Shrek didn't fire, but he did get it out of there in
Really,
time.
really lucky. He needs to repair that thing right now. And I mean, to his
Yes,
credit, he brought it back to the base. I mean, most players will just leave it on the front and it'll die.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good, important lesson that some people don't necessarily get
VAR
right away.
squad's about to die in middle. Oh god.
Suppression fire.
Oh no, it got out of there.
First good usage that I've seen of it. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it wasn't perfect usage because you would have suppressed both squads. We'll see how this works out. I mean, that
Oh,
was a
boy.
needless loss of a machine gun, honestly, because I mean, it's a tactical mistake, but honestly, Grenadiers have grenades, and that was just asking it. For the fatherland going off.
Check out the Pioneers. They're gonna get killed that are building the 88. Oh no!
What killed him?
Shrek.
It was the
yeah.
Panzer Shrek.
Oh, Panzer Shrek back here. Okay.
And
But
But
those
these
was-
rifles are
was-
cleaning up here. I mean, he's not doing a whole
Honestly-
lot of micro with them, but they're cleaning up.
Cancel the 88. Oh god, don't give it to him. Grenade does
It's not
nothing.
fully built. But in all honesty, I mean, he just walked by 3 Panzer Shreks. That's all the AAT that one man
Gren Squad's gonna die. Oh no. Oh no. Oh,
That's a
okay.
4th Shrek.
That was
Yeah.
bad.
2 Gren Squads
Rogers,
down.
I think. Oh god, now he's gonna pick up both of the Shreks. Like, I don't know.
Oh.
One of the Shreks got picked up. Level 3 Rifleman Squad, 20 kills. One tank kill, which I don't know why it does that.
That was the building that it just
I
killed?
have
The,
a
not the building,
I think it was a flag.
the 88? I don't know.
Oh man. He really
I
needs
mean,
to retreat those
it's
guys.
I mean, it's one thing to first of all, it's one thing to like not pick up one Shrek, but when there's 4 white circles within one screen, yeah, I don't know, that's kind of unforgivable. He's
He
trying
lost
to
another
circle straight.
Squad. Yeah.
Oh god, it's a level 3! Don't let it die!
No, run! Thank you.
Run, Joe! You can make it! No!
Oh,
Oh no! Oh my. Okay.
Poor
I'm starting to see
Joe.
how the casualties mount in this game.
Yes.
Squad after squad after squad just dies.
It was a
Oh,
level
man.
3 squad. You take extra care of those, baby.
You
They
normally
have a
don't see those in
huge-
long games, and that was really quick, too.
Yeah. Up.
Wow.
Grenadier
Oh,
grenade.
Grenadier grenade. Oh, this can
Nice.
do a
Got
lot.
3 of them.
Oh,
Grenade.
nice grenade.
So another thing to point out is that they were kind of just using the general blob tactics that we've seen thus far.
Yeah.
And you mentioned control groups as an option. I find another thing, if you're not going to use control groups, or even if you are using control groups, and you've got a bunch of, for example, riflemen, or a bunch of panzer grenadiers, or a bunch of infantry sections, I find the easiest way to micro them is if you have a lot of them selected, you hit tab, it will select your first one, then you click where you want it to go. You hit tab again, you select another piece of cover. You hit tab again, you select another piece of cover. That way, you move them all at the same time, but it's just very quick, and you put them all in different pieces of cover so they're spread out. So I find that to be very effective, but wow. A double threat of a double
Talk about the
crocodile.
cavalry coming in. Jesus. Look at
Right.
that.
This one's got double vet, and it's a 15 kills now.
There are 2 Panzer Shreks lying around the field that the Gren and Pioneer team could pick up to combat this, but they're doing neither. And there's a bar squad gonna die. It just died. Oh no, not quite. Not
Just
quite.
barely
Will it make
getting
it?
away, it looks like.
Yeah.
Don't stay in heavy
Yeah, he
cover
should-
if you're fighting a
Defended the farmland
crocodile.
until death.
That's a bad idea.
The Americans
Dual Crocs. That's a really risky strategy right there. I mean, seriously, if he would have one stuck, the guy would be in trouble. But
There's the first nade. I was waiting for that. Nicely placed.
Yep, very nice.
How does this game last another 40 minutes? Can someone please tell me this?
I don't know. I mean,
Why did
the
he ban
allied
that
player's
AT
getting
gun
the
of all
victory
time
point
for
now.
a minute?
He's got the AT
Right.
gun. That was probably a bad idea to take the AT gun before finishing off this squad. He's going to lose it now, and it's going to be completely for naught. There
So
it is.
I think we've seen about 3 or 4. Yeah, just the pack crew went down.
Pick up the other Panzer
he
Shrek
picked
and
up
run.
Panzer Shrek.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good.
at least he
Run,
got it
run,
out
run.
with one.
That's
We're
good.
losing a
It's
sector.
better than nothing.
Well, I mean, one of the things that's making me throw up a little bit, and I'm almost at the point where I'm going to physically throw up because this is the 4th time I've seen this in this replay. Like, we just had, again, 900 manpower floating, and that's the 3rd time I've seen that. So, really, Nutsack has to get his micro a little bit
Specifically,
better.
know that F1 through F6 are your buildings, and even if you're in the middle of combat, just press them and click something to build it. Anything,
Yeah.
except maybe
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, anything.
Because, I mean, I don't think
Well,
the
that-
Grenadiers are really paying off for him right now, and he's got 273 fuel just floating right now.
Yeah.
He has a Kampfkraft center up. He only has 1 level of vet. I mean, he just doesn't seem to know what he
Doing next.
feels like devoting his forces to. I mean, he could. I think Tier 3 could help him because he has so much fuel.
We're losing territory.
And I mean, it would definitely help counter these damn Crocs because he's just spamming infantry into the perfect anti-infantry, 2 Crocs. So
Yeah.
it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Well, here I can demonstrate what I was
Yeah,
talking
well-
about before. I've got 3 squads selected, and if I wanted to attack over here, I might hit tab. Now only 1 is selected down here, and I can click there, hit tab again there, hit tab again there. And now I've got each of them into pieces of cover. I mean, it would be better if I was, say, doing this. 1 there, Oh, one there, and one there, or one there, and one there, for example. And so that's a quick way to get through your squads instead of having to individually click them, then individually moving over to where you want them to go. You can just tab through your squads that you've got selected, and if they're all the same, it's very easy to do. Otherwise, you kind of have to look down and go, oh, the machine gun, I want that here, specifically. But
You mean you just hit the tab button? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, if you have a group of units selected and you hit the tab, it cycles through. So if it's got all of them selected, you hit tab once, and then you click where you want it to go, hit tab again, click, tab again, click.
First
and
Croc down
now you got
actually
three
killed
squads.
the Ingies that were right nearby too. I think.
I saw
maybe,
that.
maybe that was something else. But what tickles me pink is ha 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 on that one. After floating 900 and 1,000 manpower, he got the Pershing and he didn't even have enough manpower for it. I'm sorry. I didn't think that's funny.
Oh,
But
Look at this mass suppression here. Look at this mass suppression. This is mistake. This is a huge mistake for the Allies. I mean, he has what, like close to 5 squads suppressed right now because they're all bunched together needlessly.
that's what I was saying. Use the tab key to give them separate destinations within the same screen, separate pieces of cover that they're going for.
Oh man,
Or
if there was a
another thing
Nebel
is
that
that
went
little-
off there, wow, that would have been
the
devastating.
little blue shield at the right side of the screen, you can highlight that and double click on any squad.
Yeah.
Although that's kind of an inefficient way of doing it, but if you early in the game, if you only have a couple units and you need to do that, like let's say you have 2 rifle squads, I mean it's kind of take your 50% chance on which squad it is, but it might be better than some of the micro moves that we've seen in this game.
See, he has
and if
Shreks on almost every Grenadier squad, and against BARs, that's really hurting their anti-infantry capabilities.
Yeah. Now, they might be able to get one of these Crocs. I mean, one is the triple vet, but they're all distracted. He's getting rear shots on some of them.
Check out the south.
this
Look
is
at mass
sick.
suppression. Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh my
he was
God.
using suppression fire on those Volks down there. Trying to see if he's going to get.
Yeah, that
Main gun destroyed. He's got the triple vet one in big trouble.
Grenadier squad down by the Crocs,
and,
and they're gonna
pulls
get out of there now.
there.
Oh,
Very close. But that was actually
Yep.
pretty good micro by the Allied player to get them out in time.
yeah.
In some ways, the use of tanks right now on the Allied side, using tank depot tanks, is like put them into combat just long enough to do some damage and then get them out before they die.
Yeah.
Which is, it feels very unsatisfying from a player's standpoint, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Oh no, he's gonna lose another Shrek
Grenadier
squad.
squad's gonna go
Grenadier
down.
squad.
Oh my God, no.
Oh, there he goes. He got it out. Okay,
Well,
he's getting a little
you
better
know,
at that.
That's good. That's good.
We see a gazillion Grenadier, and again we have 1,000 manpower. We see a gazillion Grenadiers. I mean, and we see 1,000 manpower being floated every 4 minutes, literally.
Yeah.
And then why not use the
Oh.
weapon support center? Why not get 3 snipers just for the fuck of it? You're already winning the game, clearly.
It's already
I mean, it'd be a-
impotent.
Sorry. If I'm tired and I sound a little naggy, which I am, and bitter and bitchy, it's
One of our
just
sectors has
I've
been
been
cut
on. Feels like I've been on my feet for 12 hours, even though I haven't. But I'm a little tired right now. So.
Oh, nice. Rifling
Yes.
with Panzer Shrek.
Oh,
Still,
boy.
there's a Panzer Shrek sitting in the middle that he hasn't picked up. I mean, it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He might be getting it right now.
Oh, he's probably gonna get the MG. Yeah, I think that's what he's going for. Is he? No.
No, that was a
Okay.
mortar over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he skips both of them. I mean, at least pick up the
Nice.
Shrek. Eh.
Well, he
I
doesn't
guess he
really
doesn't-
need it.
that's
There's
true, he
no
doesn't need it, but-
anti-tank. Yeah.
But, just to keep it out of his opponent's hands is probably the best
Yeah.
reason to get it. Force him to spend another
Really,
75 munitions.
At this point, I think Rogers hinted on this earlier. I mean, what's up with the level 1 vet? Why not? I mean, I
Yeah.
realize he's losing all stuff, but at this point, 30 minutes in, definitely wouldn't have been that hard to go a squad or 2 down.
390
or shit.
fuel
Just
right
keep
now.
your forces in your base for 3 minutes, Considering, now we're at up to 1,200 manpower. And no, folks, that's not a different patch error that we're seeing there.
Whoa!
You're not-
Did you guys see that guy fly straight up into midair?
where
He
in
rocket
both-
jumped off the Shrek. It's not like he
Small
got
engagement
shot
in
somewhere.
One thing that
Lot
was
of
really
suppression.
risky for the American player to do in the north was he left both his Crocs there, both very low health, not even facing the front lines. And if Randazzo would have been more aggressive, he actually could have killed them both fairly
He might still
easily.
be able to. There's nothing. Oh, they're getting healed now. Never mind.
Yeah.
1,300 manpower and counting.
You think a little fire will stop us Grenadiers? Is that the soundbite that I just heard? I think a lot of fire will stop us Grenadiers. Yes, pal.
There we go. There's the Pershing.
Oh man.
You know, I find it interesting because maybe this guy has a plan. And this might be an undiscovered strategy that no one's ever found out because in a actual competitive game, sorry, just kidding. In a game of COH, you have to build the squad over and over again. Well, what about upkeep? What about if you waited? You know what I mean? Like, and got a little bit of extra manpower, like 20 extra manpower or something for a few minutes. You know what I mean? don't know if
I
that
always
makes
thought that
any
it would be a
sense.
lot more shocking, for example, if you waited until you had 2 Shermans before you even revealed that you had 1. Lull the enemy into a false sense of security. You know, you're not spending a whole lot of resources, you know, fighting on the front lines. Maybe you give a little bit of territory, but then, boom, you explode out of the gate with 2 Shermans with upgraded, you know, with the, you know, the gunner on top, and he's completely unprepared for, maybe he's prepared to counter 1, but maybe he's not prepared to counter 2. And maybe that, you know, could be something that you can use to do a huge swing back or something. That was something I've always kind of wanted to experiment with. And he sort of did the same thing with the Crocs. He came back with 2, which is a very surprising move. And I can't believe he's going to lose the Pershing here, but he really... Wow. He almost lost it against 1 Shrek squad to the rear. That's pretty bad.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Pershings are definitely very, very vulnerable. You know, when they get hit from behind, just kind of like every vehicle, but really the Pershing more so because they have the hardest frontal armor to penetrate in the game. So, got to keep that in mind. Definitely some pathing issues there, but kind of needless damage. We do have field repairs and allied imba machine, none of which have been used, which is really surprising that he's chose to use so much suppression fire over and over again, and I'm sure that he's using it on 3 squads when he only needs to use it on 1, because I keep on seeing it go up to like 300, and then all of a sudden, after 1 battle, drop down to like 100 over and over again. So I would probably say be mindful with your suppression fire, especially the newer players, because when COH first came out, I mean, you could have 1 BAR squad, and it was actually pretty funny, right, Ridger, how you could micro and actually suppress an entire army with just 1 squad.
Yeah.
You remember those days?
I do remember that. You
So-
could just, in 3 directions, he's like some kind of sharpshooter. He's just like, suppress,
While
suppress,
you're
suppress,
moving,
done.
too. While you were moving, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the best part about it. We do have a flag. This is going to definitely help out.
Oh, yeah. He might lose a Croc here, a triple vet Croc, if he's not real careful.
See, what Vittensby would do, because he's stupid in situations like this and crazy and over-aggressive and overzealous with things, is I just hit field repairs and say, bring it
Oh,
on.
Allied
Yeah.
War Machine. He's going to say, yeah, he's going to say that to him. Come on, give it to
Oh,
me.
boy. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Main gun destroyed.
There it is. He's got a new one. He's hoping to
Got
get the
one.
other one down, too, after doing some damage. I think, did he shoot off into the... I think he did. Oh, man. 2 Crocs now waiting off map.
Yeah, but that trade was not worth it because of the veterancy.
That's true. They
just
they
lost.
were veteran. He did lose the veteran squads. I mean, I guess it was okay. It was a good save, but it probably wasn't the best idea to charge into those guys. What do you think of the placement of this 88?
I think it's decent. I don't think it's great. I think his initial instinct to place it on the other side of the road was better.
Yeah, up here.
Yeah,
It's got better
where it
sight
was
on
before.
the whole line down here. It can cover the VP area.
Yeah. More Panzer Shreks on the left side by the house. I mean, VPage has been pretty close, pretty competitive.
And you know how that's
mean,
the
frankly-
Axis players has been harassing the VPs the entire game. That's what's been keeping them in the game so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry if those Crocs stay there for the rest of the game. Although, considering the 1,000 manpower that's been floated 3 times, it wouldn't surprise me if it's gonna sit there for another 5 minutes.
You gotta sometimes pull up your tactical map and see what you've got, just to give yourself an
Yeah.
overview and remind yourself, oh crap, I've got 3 engineer squads and they're not, I only have 1 repairing. I forgot the other guys were over there capping. Maybe I need them to repair.
Holy crap! I got 7 Crocs in the off-map combat.
He's gonna build 2 more. He's gonna build 2 more and send them in with Allied War Machine again, and then go, oh, let me just go get those. Oh shit, I forgot. Oh man.
All right, gentlemen. What has it been? 2 minutes now, at least, since those Crocs have been sitting there.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, sweet. We're gonna have some Calliope action. It looks like we have some pop cap issues. Now he just got relinked, but definitely this pop cap has been an issue this late game. It looks like he's finally building a MG out of his weapon support center. I don't know about that at this stage in the game. I think a sniper would have been a lot better, considering the flak is reason number 1. Grenadiers, reason number 2, and there's also a mortar on the field. But mainly, when you see Grenadiers, a sniper's not a bad alternative. Fortunate for the Allied player, there's only level 1 vet, which is kind of like okay, but can you imagine if that would have been level 3? I don't need to do my usual rant on veterancy, especially in a 40-minute game. And
Allied
the Crocs are
player
still sitting there.
had a level 3 veterancy rifle squad in the north that if it had just been in cover would have been able to obliterate those Grenadiers, but he didn't notice until it was too late, and he only noticed, at the end when he just had enough time to retreat.
Yeah. We do have a mine in the center from Randazzo.
Good placement.
See, yeah, I think it would be super cool if he uses Grenadiers to like spell something in the middle of Somal right now. like Bridger,
GG.
why did you select this replay?
What's wrong with this replay? I happen to like this replay.
This replay is actually, it's very fun. I like the amount of casualties to it. It's obviously people can tell it's painful for me to watch replays with it's just one mistake after the other.
Right. But I mean, a lot of this kind of stuff you take for granted. Being, having played so many games and learned how to do all this stuff and having played previous RTS games. You take this kind of, ability to do all these things and notice when your squads are under attack for granted. That's why we try and give tips on helping people improve.
Yes. Please put reason into my needless
Hey, that's my
rant.
job. You're going, oh my god, why is he doing that? And I'm like, what Vittensby meant to say is, if you try to avoid this, you're gonna have a better game.
Yeah, you should just like censor out all my comments in this replay because it's so harsh.
I'll edit you like Chef. I'll edit you. I'll go in and edit so that you say like broken words like, this idiot should have done that. oh man, this guy's a pyro. Did you see on the right? He's got 2 flamethrower squads now instead of his Crocs, which he's got sitting back at the thing here.
Oh boy.
You should just you'd have to like put in other words, like when they dub something on TV for like, because it goes on TV, they have to put in other words. So it's like what he meant to say is, this player is a, you do like expert, it's so funny. Yeah. So Crocs, 5 minutes later now, sitting there.
Here's the other thing is all he has to do to have won this game 10 minutes ago is build MG emplacements at the victory points, and he's done. That's it. End game. Because so far the Axis player has fielded nothing that's allowed him to take on MG emplacements.
Yeah, I mean the Shreks are nice, but he's gonna need maybe a little bit more Shreks than he has. How did I know those Crocs were gonna be sitting there for the rest of the game? Is it my noob telepathy? I don't know.
Did he forget that he hit Allied War Machine, or did he just not notice?
I probably did. It's alright.
That's pretty funny.
Could be 2
if
people
you're
are playing.
watching-
One guy is on the keyboard, and the other guy's on the mouse, and they're not communicating.
The enemy advances.
Oh, we
Zach,
shouldn't
if you're
make
completely
watching,
fail.
you could type a comment and say that you were heavily intoxicated while playing this replay.
We might see that. I suggest to you to start drinking heavily. We've got a flamethrower. What's the best thing to do? Jump in a wooden house?
Yeah.
that guy's not having a good day.
Let's not do a user submitted number 8 for a while, please. I don't know if I can take this.
Number 5 was one of our best replays ever, though.
Yes.
I think that was that the
Wasn't that
Lorraine
the
game?
one that... Who
Was that
was
the
in that
DGN one? Was that the DGN game?
I don't remember.
McGeckins?
I think it was like episode number 40 or 46 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was the McGeckins replay.
That was quite amazing.
I don't know if that
What
was...
to say?
Oh. There goes the rifleman. See ya. Nope, nope, you're gone. You can't go. There you go. I told you to stay.
No.
Get down on the
7
ground.
minutes later.
Hey, have you guys seen the crawl bug recently? I haven't seen that in a while.
You know,
Have you
come to
guys-
think of it, I
I-
haven't.
I have the solution to the crawl bug, and it's well documented now, and I can attest for it. If you have a crawl bug where, you know, your troops just crawl and they won't get up, you know, people used to say, oh, use the attack button, hit A and click, or click into cover. Click right in front of your squad. Like, don't give it a long movement order, just click right in front of your
Does that
squad.
work, really?
And
They get there and get up?
Get up.
Oh,
Yeah.
he called in a Calliope and he still
Oh,
doesn't notice he's got
dude.
2 Crocs.
OMG, he calls in a Calliope and still doesn't know that his 2 Crocs are sitting there. I mean, look, I know that they got like mandibles or whatever the hell that is coming out of it and they want to mate or something back there. But
A mandible is your jaw!
now they're 8 minutes of love, so please just bring them. All right, so we got 3 level 3 vets. 2 level
Oh.
3 vets and 1
Oh
level 2 vets.
my! Land a little
And that
shorter.
is why overshooting barrages are underpowered.
It's okay, it's okay. It still has a hull machine gun, guys.
It looks like it takes about 20 kills, maybe 18 kills for a rifle squad to get level 3 vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
This one's got
encouraging.
24. And think of how many more squads he'd still have on the field if he just had a triage center.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially,
look
I
at that
mean,
massive
where's your-
range right there.
I mean, both of his rifle squads are down to about 150, 160% health, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely. Wow.
It's finally
I mean,
capping
in
the
the first
VP.
like 10 minutes of the game, we saw a few rifle squad and an engineer squad go down, and there were about 2 Volk squads and 2 Pioneer squads that went down. I mean, it's really tough. I mean, sometimes you forget about the units like Bridger was talking about, but you really got to try to keep tabs. Always use the spacebar key when you see that something's going on. If you hear like units screaming, hit the spacebar. It'll take you.
Yeah,
to the
that's another
latest
really
combat
good
event.
point. That's
Yeah.
another really good point. The spacebar will effectively bring you to the most recent thing on your left that's popping down, these little icons that are coming over here. You can also click on them. Some people may not know that. You can click on them to see where you're going.
The old trick that our good friend Randazzo could do is he could use attack around and try to blow away some of the hedges with the flak. Nice positioning of the MG on the right by Sack. Gotta give him a credit with that. Might have been nice to have a bomber squad there, but that's okay. That's just good.
What's come out of the... No, not really much has come out of the weapons support center, really. I mean, I think he would have benefited a lot more by an early supply.
Oh my fucking god! Are you looking at what I'm looking at?
No! What am I looking at?
Go to his base. Go to his base and make fucking shit my pants.
What base?
Do you see his 2 weapon support centers there?
Why?
No. This is the master plan, guys. This is gonna be it. Those 2 weapon support centers are sealing the deal. You just don't know it yet.
Listen, you're the one that proposed the double Kriegs barracks. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and assume he was going for the extra CP.
Actually, I have seen the double Krieg
manpower plant. Wow, I don't know what's funny. The 2 Crocs sitting there for 15 minutes now, or the dual weapon support center of all. Right.
He's just
No,
into
the
doubles,
double-
okay? He's got 2 Crocs. He's like, well, I need more weapon support centers. I need to go with it. I've got triple veterancy. I've only got 1 triple veterancy squad. I need another. I can't wait. I'll just have to throw it into suicide. I can't stand to have only 1 of anything. He's a collector, is
I
what he
think
is.
he's trying to use the EXP building hacks, where he gets extra EXP for buildings.
He's finally got some decent control over the
I can't get over that.
victory points.
Hmm.
I don't know how he
You know,
lost
like
that
if I
one when he
did
had a
that,
machine gun
if I
team
did
there.
that, I would say, oh shit, I built 2 weapon support centers. But this guy, he's just a fucking machine. He just goes with it.
That's true. Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
So that's what he did with the 1,000 manpower.
The enemy advances.
I mean, I want to see like 5 more weapon support centers go up, and then all of a sudden save up like 2k manpower. I mean, he's at a k manpower right now, and just blow out with like 35
Snipers.
engineers. You know?
I want to see
Forget
snipers.
the weapon support centers altogether. Oh man, nice Calliope barrage.
Yeah, almost killed that squad. That's like that's kind of like what you say when you hear the V1s coming in. Well, it almost killed that Tetrarch. What? The V1 almost killed something? How does that work?
Yeah.
And
The
this
only
is the
super
problem
weapon in
again.
the
Look at this.
game,
The
and it
American
does
player
nothing.
could have won this a long time ago. Every single time he captures the North, he runs away. And the German player obliges, okay, I'm just going to come cap it again. Well, thanks.
Bridges, this replay should have been over at the 10-minute mark. But...
That's a bad engineer. You should have been in cover.
Oh boy.
All right.
2 weapon
Quest
support
to
centers.
find the unit with the most kills. Let's do it.
Alright. Let's see.
Oh,
Unit with
11.
most kills is that triple vet rifle squad with the hell? With come on, 31. 31.
Wow.
How much
32 now.
field is sorry?
Oh?
What?
Bridger? What?
It's at
What's
32
happening?
now.
Weapon check. Was wünschen Sie? The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Now it's 35.
Again.
And see?
Uh.
What is he doing? He's got a Sherman Calliope using the whole machine gun trying to kill things.
Nice.
Come on! You can do a dent. Maybe. Look at this. That is just so ridiculous. If you're going to put the gun in there, make it so that it kills something.
Oh, why would you want that though, Bridger? That's ridiculous.
Well, you should have
That
it like
doesn't make
you
any
should just
sense.
be running them over. Or trying to.
It's misleading. I think at this rate, the frickin' Grenadiers are gonna win without Panzer Shreks. Okay?
Throw a
Those,
grenade at the tank.
Those Crocs are still sitting there. What are you gonna call this replay, Bridger? You can't call it user submitted number 7. This is beyond user submitted.
Okay, I'm gonna call it Beyond User Submitted.
Call it beyond the weapon support center.
Beyond the game. Yeah. That's what we'll
Beyond
call it.
new. Alright.
We go beyond the game. All right. Now maybe he'll actually leave some rifle squads in the north to defend it, and then maybe the game will end.
Probably not.
Put a machine gun in that building, you're good. Do it.
Yeah, I think
Do it. No, don't set it up in the open. Oh, that's a bad American. Bad. And here comes...
You really should
and
go
now he
with
left
another
the south
USA.
open to attack. Oi,
boy.
just defend your victory points, dude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that a Jeep base rush? No, he's just raiding.
it's
No.
easy to raid.
I know.
The Jeep base rush. Sweet.
That would be a good idea.
Did the flak just kill that Jeep? Nice.
Wow, it did. And more Grenadiers being built.
Oh no.
Well, it hasn't worked so far. Let's keep it going.
Maybe if I,
I
have
blame
so
Nice-
many units.
I blame Nystrom. I swear to God. Tier 2 terror. This is the new
all
Tier
his
2
fault.
terror.
I thought Ahenian was Tier 2
defense
terror.
Doctrine. Huh?
Wasn't Ahenian a tier 2 Terra player?
I don't know. Maybe a long, long time ago. But
Yeah.
I know that Nystrom he made it popular in 1.7. Jesus. Alright, there's a Shrek there. Pick it up. And there's a Shrek by the VP. Oh no, that's a BAR. Ooh, yes. Pick that up. Put it on your,
Bar
put it on
squad?
the
Oh no!
bar squad.
Oh no! Oh no! It's gonna. Oh, they were gonna break the record. Well, 35 is, I think, maybe the highest record we've had so far on TOH.
I don't know. How long have those Crocs been sitting there? You know what's funny? In the replay description, like I think the guy said that there was like 4 Crocs. Well, no, there was only really 2 Crocs.
2 Crocs and
I
2
swear,
Teamsters that decided to go on strike at the side of the map.
Wow.
We ain't driving one more step until you agree that we're not going to be used for some suicide allied emblem machine, okay?
1,000 manpower again. 900 now.
Sometimes I feel like you need something in the game that's just fuel. The Axis player has 660 fuel. He should be able to build like a unit of super troops with just fuel or something. I don't know.
That's when you get to call in Hitler on a giant robotic spider. That's 600 fuel right there.
Or just Hitler the
some
mech
reason
from
yeah.
Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're gonna build something out of your tank depot? God damn it! Just scroll a little bit to the right.
If he builds a Croc, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Oh, that might be awesome. That might just be awesome.
So awesome.
Make me laugh.
I'm looking forward to this.
Gonna make, like,
I'm
an
crying. Some cry. I got some tears.
Well, guys, it's about that time where we place our bets on who's gonna win.
Oh man, I
And,
hope it's the Axis player. I think he's gonna
So do
win.
I.
I'm gonna make one of 2 wagers. I'm gonna wager either the French come in and win the day, or the WSCs win. I'm gonna go for either 2 of those. I will take those.
Now PopCap's winning because right at the last second we have something coming out of the barracks, one of the weapon support centers, and the tank depot. So he's at PopCap.
Oh, and that's why nothing's
Ladies and
coming out of
gentlemen,
the tank
why is he at
depot.
PopCap? Because there's 2 Crocs sitting on the right.
And he's trying to build one. He's like, "Grr." Oh man. I hope the guy that was playing American doesn't watch our show. The guy who's playing German submitted it, and we're not ridiculing him quite
I
as
hope
much.
either one of them.
Oh my lord, that's a lot of fire.
Nice.
That was wow.
Come on, connect your territory so I can find out what he's building.
There we go. He's got a little bit of PopCap. Looks like the Jeep popped out of the. God, why is he building Jeep?
Wouldn't this be nice?
That's a good idea.
For-
No. That's a good.
Here's another point though. Here's another point. He's got a lot of Grens here, and what are we missing? An artillery barrage from the useless Sherman Calliope that's been sitting up here, not correctly using its artillery every chance it gets. So if you've got an artillery piece like the Crocodile, the 25-pounder, the 105 howitzer that's built on map, you want to use those as often as possible. The Priest is another one, because you don't really get a chance. Uh-oh, he's going to lose the Pershing. You don't really get, those chances back. The cooldown only happens if you use it. So using it is very important. He's capping. He's capping with the Jeep. He's connected. He's connected. Nothing popped out. Did he cancel what he was building at the tank depot?
There it comes. Here it comes. It's a Croc.
It's a Crocodile!
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh, we got level 2 vet. This could turn the game around. Too bad, like 300 casualties ago we didn't have that.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't get it.
Bridger, I feel too sick after watching this game to do this, but can you go and look online and see what their stats are, please?
I might just have to.
Okay, nice
Or you might
place
have to.
grenade. Of course, Grenadiers overshot, but that almost did its stitch.
Heavy fire incoming. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Up. The right-hand side Grenadiers are decapping. That's my man. Come on.
You're right. The Axis player is gonna win this.
It's 68 to 68, just tipped over. Oh, there goes the Jeep.
Yeah.
And the crocodile was sitting in his base for a minute. He's building something else. I bet it's another crocodile.
It's another croc.
He's sitting
You
here
watch
going,
it.
damn,
Mark my
really
words.
wish I could have 2 crocodiles right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to do a mass croc rush at the end. I'm predicting a croc base rush with all 4 of them. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
Yeah.
there's like
Right.
literally 6 Panzer Shreks. Just count them. Actually, no. 2 BARs, 4 Panzer
Uh-oh.
Shreks just sitting in the middle. Of the
That was kind of useless, again, because it was at max range, and we've noted that a number of times. Move your Calliope closer before you fire. You get a much tighter spread, a lot more damage.
Another croc.
Oh, boy.
Maybe the guy doesn't know what Allied War Machine actually is.
Yeah, that's a good point. He might not know. We might actually be watching somebody's first game on Tales of Heroes.
Did you notice it says replaces up to 2 destroyed Allied tanks
Ooh,
with
I
a new
didn't know
tank
that.
for a period of time?
Has it always said that?
I don't
No.
think so.
That
I
might
think,
be
you
new
know,
in opposing
there was
front, so
maybe
that it's a stealth
undocumented
change.
change a long time ago that no one noticed because no one goes armor anymore in opposing fronts. They all go infantry.
Gee, I wonder why
So,
that is.
that's-
Panzer Shrek.
Yeah.
It's a flamethrower tank! And it's
We
backing
really
at
need to
us.
have a.
Well,
Why is it
We
backing
really need
into
to have
us?
one of the Crocs go out of control and run over. Remember that hill? That out of control Croc
Yeah.
ran over like 5 guys. Fragged 2 squads.
Defended the fatherland until death.
Oh,
yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna beat you so bad I can back my Crocs at your Panzer Shreks, and I'm still gonna win.
Cowards attack
Wow.
our forward base.
Seriously, allies, get your together, okay?
Americans are seizing territory from us.
I mean, I feel like these crocodiles are like Magoo.
Forward supply
Like,
lines are
Mr.
broken.
Magoo at the helm.
Yeah.
Oh!
Exactly. We still don't know. Did the Pershing get? Yeah, the Pershing got owned by the Flak a while ago, huh?
How long were those Crocs sitting there at the off map for now? 25 minutes at least?
I think
Probably
so.
longer. Yeah.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Crocodile
note to
only has
self.
so much range, dude. Charge him if you're gonna do anything. Well, no, I guess you
Note
can't
to
charge
self,
him, huh?
you ever go out for a night of heavy binge drinking and you decided to play COH, make sure you check your off map, okay?
Oh, back
Yeah.
the crocodile right into line of sight of the 88.
Supply lines are broken. We have
Nice.
Oh, he's got Allied War Machine again! Oh my god, please kill them both. Please kill them both.
That'd be so amazing.
And then he'll notice and be like,
They could join the croc party.
got one? Come on, get another. Do it. You
should
know
be
you want
using
to.
it, Yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
This can't be happening.
He has to notice now. He has to.
No, he won't.
I don't think he
Bridget,
knows
take
what
a
it does. I
screenshot
think you're
of that
right.
Shit right there.
That will be the picture on the front page of GameFire. And I'll put like
That really should be.
20 minutes. I think the Axis player is gonna win. This is coming right down to the wire. Oh
We should
no.
put that instead of our picture in the front of TOH. We should just have those four Crocs there.
No,
That's
no,
the
no, no,
Tales
the
of
two
Heroes
WSCs. The 2 WSCs. Hey, is there any way you can get from the angle of both Crocs there and then also the WSCs in the
Try it.
background? That would be
I'm gonna
great.
try it. I'm
Ah.
gonna
That
try
would be
that.
so
Yep,
cool.
yep. You can see him. You can fit him.
Oh,
You can
Nice.
highlight that shit.
That's so good. Oh no.
yeah, I got it, Bridger. If you don't got it,
I got
the
it.
screenshot. I've been doing it at work for 8 weeks. That's
I can't believe the Axis player's about to win this game.
I can. Print screen. Got
I
it.
still think the French are gonna win.
I'm just gonna have to do a.
Hey,
full
wait, he
frontal
built another
maybe.
croc? Yes, he did!
Oh, so, oh my god.
A last-ditch effort.
All right, I got the quadruple croc picture.
That outline war machine ability doesn't seem to work. Wait for it. Please point it out. Please point it. Oh, come on. He doesn't know.
Oh, man.
Oh. I wanted him to go, dude, check your off map on the far right. And he'd be like, fuck. Oh, man. Well, then.
You know what?
Welcome to the wild, wacky world of Tales of Heroes. Okay.
Oh, don't do that. That's weird.
I know. I know.
He's trying to
Halloween
do the
already went
Crescent
by.
plan.
Yeah, I know.
That's definitely.
Oh, and he's building another Flak 88. Okay. Okay.
See,
Okay.
Bridger, it finally hit you. I was like that about 40 minutes ago, but managed to contain myself into volatile noob and other cursings.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
See the
Rogers
madness is rising.
has the plague of the four. We shall call this the plague of the four crocs and do one four centers.
Oh no.
Has it
The
hit-
legend of the crocodile. No.
I'm so speechless. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I really.
Just say best replay ever and get it over with. This is a lot of fun.
Well, then this is the best replay ever made.
The legend
ever
of
played.
the four crocodiles. There was the crocodile that was prophesied to have its place among
Prophesied?
something.
What?
I don't know. I was, you know, there was the one that was good, and one was evil, and one was lawful good, and I don't know, chaotic neutral, whatever.
Excellent
The
story.
replay ended at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 48 seconds. I have a feeling that is a sign of the second coming of the devil. or
Okay, so
something.
our
It
number,
is.
our number
It's
of the
already
legend of the four crocodiles is not 666. It's 1148.
48.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you ever see 1148, you know the four crocodiles are going to show up somewhere way the hell to your right, and you're not going to notice.
No. Here's what's gonna happen. The four crocs will converge at the off-map point and start building weapon support centers.
Well, I got it. It's perfect. We got one weapon support center, another weapon support center, 4 crocs in the off mat, and 800 manpower floating throughout the entire game. Oh yeah, right there.
8 total crocodiles built.
That summed it up, folks.
Oh no. Oh.
All right. And if we were too critical this replay, we promise to be nicer next time. And
I know. All right, we're
you've
gonna
been
close this one out. I think I'm gonna play the music. We gotta push it off like they do on the opera. No, what is it? The Emmys. You know, play it off. Play them off. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning into another exciting episode of Tales of Heroes right here on the GameFire Network. www.gamefire.com. Episode 58 is in the can.
It's in the weapon support center.